People, good morning from Owerri, Imo State, Nigeria. You're welcome back to my channel. I'm Chinitanwaeze Anita, and this is Chinita's Corner. See guys, if this is your first time coming across my channel, like if this is your first time seeing this face, I'm a mom vlogger based in Owerri, Imo State. I vlog about lifestyle, marriage, relationship. I'm also an entrepreneur and also a business woman. Like, I'm a jack of all trades. I do everything. So you must find something interesting in any of my videos. Just go through them. You must get something, or any of the video, like something that will interest you, because I'm versatile in making my videos. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, okay? So guys, today I'm going to tell you about a story, like an event, not even a story because I wasn't told. Everything happened in my own face. Everything happened to my own very eyes. I saw everything. I witnessed everything. I saw it happen. So this is an event that took place here in Imo State, and it involved my brother, because this story is okay. Let me tell you how everything started. My brother's former roommate called him on the 12th of February. He was supposed to visit me that day, but when he told him that his former roommate told him that he wants him to follow him to IMSU to visit his childhood friend, my brother was like, he reluctantly, initially he said he doesn't want to go. So his friend insisted, because that my brother is an introvert. He doesn't like going out that much, but his friend is always the one pushing him along. So he now told him he wants him to go with him. So my brother said no problem. But the guy now left to visit his girlfriend, which took him time. He stayed all that was something that happened in the morning. He stayed with his girlfriend in the evening. My brother was at the time started disturbing him. He should come now. If he doesn't want to go again, he will cancel he will not go again. In fact, the boy was begging him that he's coming for hours. He kept on saying he's coming till 6 o'clock. That was till 6 o'clock. My brother now had to leave him and start linking up with his friends, because they have booked their meeting. So my brother now went to IMSU to wait for him, since he's not coming and he's not keeping him in the room, not going out or going anywhere. He now went to IMSU to link up with his own friends while they wait for the guy where he went to. So the guy now finally arrived at IMSU around 9 o'clock, and they went to Crunchies. Guys, they don't cook now. They went to Crunchies and bought some takeaway food, which they got back and ate together. According to my brother, he said even the guy's chicken, he couldn't even finish it. He was even the one that excuse me, he was the one that finished the boy's chicken from his food. Like, they ate together. Everybody can take from this other person's food. You can take from even the third guy that came back around 11 o'clock. Didn't eat the same food with them. He came back with his own food. Do you get it? The fourth guy that came back with his own food and ate his own food separately, apart from the one the three of them bought when they were coming back. So after they finished eating, they went to bed. And unfortunately, my brother woke up early not early in the morning, in the midnight, feeling unconscious. Like, to him, he's like a ghost. He's half dead. He can't move his legs. He can't feel his body. The only thing he can remember is that he's seeing things and he's breathing, but then he can't feel his body. When it became a little bit getting closer to the morning, that should be around, let's say around 5 o'clock or so, he couldn't enjoy it. He had to try and call pick up his phone and dial a number of the next door friend, like their friends too, that was in the next door, to please get them paracetamol, that he should please get them paracetamol. The guy was talking without knowing that my brother was not even hearing him. He said his ears got blocked. He can't even hear. The boy was saying, what is wrong with you? Which one is give you paracetamol? No problem, I will get him paracetamol. That was what the boy said. He replied, but my brother didn't hear him saying that. He only said, abeg bros, abeg bring me paracetamol. He get para there, abeg bring me para. I don't know anything they do me, abeg bring me para. The guy now brought the para, and my brother managed to open the door. The boy wanted to come in and remove his face because the home was so much in a mess. The owner of the room I have already vomited on the bed, pulled on himself, but they didn't know at that time. The guy put his face to give my brother the pan. He was like, Jesus, what is happening in this room? This una room here, they smell. The guy left. My brother took the paracetamol, went back to bed. It now became a little bit morning, a little bit was coming. The time was a little gradually, waking up very well, like it's getting a bit brighter. The ones lying on the floor woke up, was like he woke up with a shout, Jesus, my head, my head, my head. My brother was like, this same head that is banging me here, is same thing happening to this boy. He was like, oh boy, what is happening? He said, I don't know, my head, I don't know, my head. My brother said he woke up the same thing and he can't feel his body, he's just gradually getting himself, he can't feel anything. As they were talking, they were like trying to know what is happening. My brother was like, he went out because he has been awake, so gradually he's already coming out from his own unconsciousness. He went out. The other guys in the other room were like telling him, boy, what is even wrong with you people? Wetin una drink yesterday? See as una room dey smell, una don vomit everywhere. The other students started trooping inside their room to know what is happening. This one, they are shouting their head. When they got inside the room, they made the other guy, the owner of the house, that one is even temporary mentally disordered. He was just strength to them that helped them make some moves by calling the brother, calling the police people, and trying to now know what the next thing to do, because at that point they were confused. They are gradually regaining from consciousness based on the based on the fact that someone else, they have woken up from their consciousness, but one of them is still lying lifeless. Only that mentality can make someone, even if you are crippled, to start running. Like they got a little strength to call the police, who escorted them to take them to FMC Owerri. But when they got there, that was where the brother now arrived or something like that. I wasn't there with them. The doctor confirmed that the guy is dead. These guys, when they got there, the doctor gave them they bought some cards because they were also unconscious. Their body is like they are living like a half dead. At the time, my brother was like, are you sure I'm not even dead? Maybe it's my ghost that is even walking. Because at that point, they were confused. So as it happened, the guy that died, the elder brother that they called on the phone, who demanded for some money to get to the scene of the incident, got at the hospital and started asking the boys, una don kill my brother, like what happened? You people killed my brother. The boys were like trying to explain to him that we did not kill your brother, we all woke up unconscious only to find out that your brother is dead. And he was like, he don't know what you people are talking about, and he called the police, arrested these guys from the hospital where they were they were giving drugs, they were administered, because at that point nobody know what actually happened. At that point, that is where investigation had to start immediately, because these 4 guys were victims of whatsoever that must have killed the guy that died. But at that point, nobody cared to know what actually happened to these 4 friends. The only thing they capitalized everything is that the 3 guys who, by God's grace, woke up from their consciousness, from their unconsciousness, killed the guy that died. And now Nigerian police, you are the complainant. Anything you say is what they will do for you. They detained these guys, these boys, 1 day, 2 days. He was temporary disorder, like he was insane at a time. They were like, what is happening? They called him Alex. What is no, he's not the Alex. His name, I don't know his own name, ranking or something. They called him. He was like moping at them. The other guy, Alex, they woke him. He was unconscious. My brother too unconscious. You know, the people were like, they trooped into the room trying to know what una drink, wetin this boy. They were like thinking that they took a kind of a hard drug. What is going on here? What is wrong with you people? It was even the large guys that came inside the room that found out that the fourth guy who have not waken up, they went to check on him and found out that he's not breathing, like he might be dead. They now called told the boys, but at that time my brother was already outside in the other, because the room was messed up. Both they vomited in the room, so he went to the next room to even take his bath, see if he can freshen up, you know, stuff like that. He was in that room when they started shouting that he should come and check. Oh, it seems his friend is not breathing. He now came, they checked. It happened that actually this guy might be dead though. Even the owner of the room, they were telling him, guy, your guy be like, your guy don't die. He was like moving at them. At that point, these guys were unconscious, like they don't even know what is happening. They don't know what happened. You know, students, these are students. None of them are up to 20 years. My brother in particular, I don't know about other of his friends. My brother in particular, this June will make him 19 years. So these are little kids. They were at that moment like confused of what is going on. They needed help. They started calling their lodge priest who walked in. They were like, this is Jesus, this boy is dead though. What is it? They called the elder brother to come and check on his brother. The elder brother was like, he's far. They should send him money before transport himself. They shouldn't take his brother to anywhere. They started waiting. They waited till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. There was nobody coming forth. They had to plan on taking the boy to the hospital. But then they think to them the boy is dead, and they cannot take off a cuff on the road without government and without police being aware. That was now when someone suggested they had to call the police to inform the police, so that anything they are going to do, let it be with the police, so that they don't have to carry this boy maybe going on the road and they are caught or anything, because the way they are seeing the boy, he's dead. On Monday, they transferred it to state CID homicide section. We started going for the case. They said the guy was poisoned. Now, how can 3 friends poison their friend whom they are going to wake up, or whom they know that if anything happens to him, they are going to be the #1 suspects because they slept together? Like, in this case, a lot of things have to be placed, like a lot of things are supposed to be looked at before even looking at these victims. #1, let's assume that it was a poison. Investigation has to go immediately to test the food that those boys ate, because at that point the food remnants and the plates, the takeaway plates, are still in that house. Secondly, the girl he visited before hooking up with his friends was supposed to be arrested immediately, because if he happens to be poisoned, whatsoever that killed him must have eaten it before coming to his friends, before linking up with his friends. So if he's poison, what makes people, or what makes the family think is actually from his friends? A lot of poison cases I've seen, they poison you, leave you to go and die. They poison you, maybe you came to a bar, they poison you, go to your house and die. And wait, the only thing that everybody was just after was the 3 boys that survived killed the one that died. They booked for autopsy. We brought our doctor, the police brought their doctor, which is the main doctor that is going to perform the autopsy. The deceased family brought their own doctor, pathologist precise. We booked for the day and everything. I represented, my family were there, but I was the one that signed, because I want to see everything. As a paramedical student, I want to see everything by myself, because we are so skeptical about like about the result being manipulated. Because at a time we are like, does it mean that this family, maybe they already had something in mind against these boys prior to this case? Or is it not this case that anyone who hears it, we know that these boys are innocent? All the people in Owerri, all the students that we are living in around the vicinity, all the people who heard the real story of the whole thing knew that these boys were innocent. But the only people that did not accept are the people living in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, where the deceased live, because the story was brought to them. The story was presented to them in the way they will accept that these boys killed them. We started hearing some story that the boy died, he was shouting, struggling, his friends could not help. Which friends? The ones that are alive or dead? Does the dead help the dead? These boys were half dead. And at the time I was like, why is it people finding it difficult to believe that these boys were unconscious? It's something they can, if it's abroad, like outside the country, at that point those boys, they had to test them for coke, test them for food toxicology, use their blood, because if there is anything like food poisoning, it will still be in their bloodstream. Like a lot of things would have been done before even detaining them. They were supposed to be in the hospital on the Monday, that like on hospital arrest, no movement outside Imo State on as the investigation is going on. They will be there taking treatment, because you don't know what happened. Even the family of the suspects, we don't even know what happened. We are also eager to know what happened, because our own families, our own kids, we are also victims. Like, we want to know, is someone planning to like eliminate 4 friends? What actually happened? But no, people are in Rivers State, we are not even seeing it in that form. The only thing they were after is the 3 friends killed their friend. They did the first autopsy, which I was present. And in autopsy, after dissecting, they start like they're setting, they want to start anything, they start from the head, like the brain, because if anything wants to happen in your body, it takes permission from the brain. If anything wants, as you are blinking, the brain signals it before you can reflect, like this reflex action. Before it takes place, the brain signals it. Before anything happens in your body, it comes from the brain. So they started the autopsy, and in autopsy, after taking some organs for further tests, you have to do what they call physical examination. Check on the organs, the possible things that could cause the organs to be in that condition. Through their physical observation, they found out that the brain looks like something that was inflamed by generator fume, generator smoke. And the pathologists did not end there. They said, look at what we think that must have killed this boy. It could be generator smoke, because his brain, the way it was inflamed, the smoke, the whole thing in his brain, in his skull, everything, the way it was damaged is as a result of generator smoke, carbon monoxide. That is, anytime such a thing works, this is how it results. And the food he vomited, like the thing that not really the food, the blood that gushed out from his nose and his mouth was as a result of his full belly, because as his arteries and the nervous respiratory system was inflamed, he threw up because he had a full belly. But then the family was not satisfied. They were like, they had to wait. We all have to wait till the toxicology comes out, like testing the organs for poison, which they said it will last for 1 week. We waited patiently, still praying because even if these boys are innocent from day one, we all know, like we know the truth. Even the police people know the truth. On that day we went, the result was not out. They said on Monday, we went on Monday, the result. But at the time we became so scared that what is going on? We started disturbing in the police station. What is going on? Why won't you people release the result? This and that, until the final day, the result was called. Even the doctor couldn't even call the result. He gave it the assistant commissioner. He explained everything, that this boy was killed by generator smoke. And that is why his 3 friends were unconscious. And at that point I was like, before even they started talking about being generator smoke, I have not even gone close to such thing happening. I used to hear the stories. That was at that point, that was where everybody was like, God, thank you. Because we knew these boys were innocent. Thank God for autopsy. But to me, I can't subdue, God forbid, any of my family members to autopsy. There are possible ways to find out the truth without going for autopsy, if actually they were properly informed. I don't think the family would have gone for that autopsy, because I want them slaughter this boy. I want them dissect him. It's something you cannot imagine. Like, it's something you will not even wish your enemy to go through. Yes, it's a dead body, but the dead deserves some respect. So I don't know how the Nigerians are operating, ranging from the government, the police. A case that would have taken a different dimension ended taking a different dimension. Other people that would have been involved in the case omitted. At some point they started even involving the boy's former girlfriend, that she was the one, because all the students around the vicinity, we are saying that it's a spiritual attack. I went to the lodge, I interviewed, I investigated, I asked people. Not because maybe I had this from my brother. I asked people. I came like a journalist, a blogger. I went there, I asked what actually happened. This boy said, Madam, if they are to say, they will say, let them go spiritually and find out what happened. Because the whole time I was like, could this be diabolic? Could this be this? Could this be that? But I know in every of my thinking, I never believed that those boys poisoned their friend. It was totally because I was there. From the whole story, what everything happened, this was being unconscious. There is no way they will poison their friend and still be unconscious. It's never done. But you see, Nigerian police, even when they know the truth, these boys were kept in detention for 1 month. No treatment. Now, when the autopsy came out, it happened that he generated smoke. Do you know that we were lectured? These boys came out with bed bugs falling off from their body, looking so dirty. Do you know what smoke can do? Generator smoke. Generator smoke can inflame your lungs. It can cause a long-term damage. Even if you survive it, if you don't take proper treatment, it can cause you a lot of damages in your organs. And they said it's some of the symptoms of this carbon monoxide. Some of the symptoms is confusion, vomiting, vertigo. Your eyes will be turning you, headache. They said even the major thing is headache. And if you watch everything that happened, if you had to be like, if this case was properly investigated and the boys given ears to explain how everything happened to the family, the doctors would have been involved in this, and through the explanation they would have known that look at what must have happened. Because everything they said, ranging from the headache, the vomiting, the confusion, at that point they were even confused. They don't even know whom to call. They were temporarily mentally disordered. Everything they mentioned is just exactly the same thing as symptoms of carbon monoxide inhalation. Everything that happened, the depression, like these boys were supposed to be taken to psychiatry, they have. Do you know the trauma of seeing your friend die? At the same time, you were accused, criticized, deformed, like going to the cell for the first time. These boys were supposed to be taken care of. They were the government, if we were to be in a very good country, they were the government supposed to take care of them for weeks, rehab them, stabilize them mentally and health wise. But now we are the ones taking care of them. They went to the hospital, they have been on treatment, because even if they were not killed, something that kills someone is able to harm. So guys, at this point I've said a lot. I hope I've not been blabbing. I'm just trying to make some point. But at this point I had to stop here. And I believe you understand what I meant. Like, guys, you guys should be very careful with generator smoke. Generator smoke kills. Carbon monoxide kills. They call it the silent killer. You cannot perceive it, you cannot feel it, you cannot smell it, you cannot see it. That is why Chris Ewurum called it the silent killer. It can kill within 11 minutes. So guys, please, if you know you have generator set in your house, make sure you keep it away from your house. Even if you must keep it in the balcony, make sure it's facing an open air. Don't face it facing the wall or facing your window, or the exhaust pipe is facing the door, facing the window, anywhere it can penetrate into the house. Please, a lot of people have died through this means. A lot of people have died through this means and nobody found out. Nobody cared to do further investigation. So guys, at this point I have to stop, okay? I believe you understand everything I've said. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I love you. Stay tuned in my next video. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do wait to do that. And if you love this video and you find it interesting and educating and informating, please give it a thumbs up and share with me if you have had or a relative having such case or something of such scenario. Please use the comment section and tell me your own part of the story, okay? I love you guys. Stay tuned. See you in my next video.